I'd like to start off with talking about STEM. I'm sure you've heard a lot about STEM, and there are lots of buzzwords at the moment around things like technologies, coding, programming, robotics, future-proofing, digital literacy, all of those things. It's a big focus in Australia across both primary and secondary sectors at the moment. Some of the things to note about STEM though that are often overlooked is STEM is about integration, not about silos. So it's not about discrete science, technology, engineering and maths over here, but about really integrating them together. And in doing that, that helps you to connect with the real world, because in the real world we don't go, oh, I'm just going to use a bit of science here, but I'm not going to use technology. We use them all sort of seamlessly. So that gives the opportunities for problem solving, project-based learning and inquiry. And one of the really interesting things that's come up in research lately is that to engage students in STEM, you have to do it before they turn 14. So for us in the primary sector, that kind of actually puts a lot on our shoulders to make sure that kids are interested at that time. So the Atlas Plus that we're here to look at today addresses curriculum updates that are designed to cater for a STEM focus, and they also incorporate best practice pedagogy for STEM and primary learning, and as I said, integration rather than specialisation. So an integrated curriculum is really important on a lot of levels. The above quotes are taken from a range of documentation and research papers, and they sum up the teaching approach that we've used throughout the atlases and throughout AusBox, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a moment. So you can see from those that it's all about integration. One of the really good things about integrating is that it saves you time. I know at my school about a year ago, we sat down and looked at the curriculum requirements for time, you know, how much you need for literacy, how much you need for maths, added in kind of book week, and I'm at a Catholic school, so we've got to add in all our masses plus assemblies, and you simply do not have enough time to allocate the required amounts for each subject area. So in integrating, it means that you can knock off, if you like, several things at once, and that will save you time so that you can actually fit things in. Because I don't know a single teacher who doesn't feel that they've got more to do now than they did, say, 10 years ago. And so if you can find ways to get around that, I think it's really useful. So also because STEM is best taught in an integrated way, that kind of hits more bases and helps you connect to real life. So there's scope to bring in the technologies, which is more effective again also when integrated. Many of the activities in the Atlas Plus also involve collaboration, which research is also showing for the kids of today. That's a really big bonus for them. They like to work with their friends, and also it's a skill that employers are saying that they value. And a lot of the activities are also open-ended, which allows kids to access concepts and skills at their point of need. So here's what the atlases look like. The covers have been redone, and if you're familiar with the old ones, and I think they're really lovely. We're admiring the seal. Atlas Plus is the only atlas series that caters from foundation or prep to year 4. And as I mentioned before, it offers cross-curricular integration. Most atlases focus almost solely on geography, with maybe a bit of a nod to history or social sciences, or not at all. To give you a bit of background, the Atlas Plus is a comprehensive both STEM and humanities resource. So the print atlases are enhanced by a strong digital component with meaningful digital elements. So there's digital interactives, videos, mapping skills interactives, interacting maps, coding interactives linked to the themes, coding and unplugged interactives and activities, which Belle will talk about more in a little while, quizzes and more. There's also teaching notes and activities that are accessible anytime, anywhere. So if you're really enthusiastic on the weekend, or if you're just way behind, you can log into the dashboard from wherever you are. You don't have to just be at school to do that. And there's also direct access for students via a dashboard for students from years 3 to 6.